Welcome to the Happier Life channel. I have to tell you a story about life. An old Cherokee is teaching his grandson about life. "A fight is going on inside me," he said to the boy. "It is a terrible fight, and it is between two wolves. One is evil, he is anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority, lies, false pride, superiority, and ego." He continued. "The other is good, he is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, and faith. The same fight is going on inside you, and inside every other person, too." The grandson thought about it for a minute and then asked his grandfather, "Which wolf will win?" The old Cherokee replied, "The one you feed." You might heard the story ends like this, but in the Cherokee world, however, the story ends this way. The grandson asked his grandfather, "Which wolf will win?" The old Cherokee simply replied, "If you feed them right, they both win." You see, if I only choose to feed the white wolf, the black one will be hiding around every corner waiting for me, to become distracted or weak and jump to get the attention he craves. He will always be angry and always fighting the white wolf. But if I acknowledge him, he is happy and the white wolf is happy and we all win. For the black wolf has many qualities: tenacity, courage, fearlessness, strong-willed and great strategic thinking, that I have need of at times and that the white wolf lacks. But the white wolf has compassion, caring, strength and the ability to recognize what is in the best interest of all. You see, son, the white wolf needs the black wolf at his side. To feed only one would starve the other and they will become uncontrollable. To feed and care for both means they will serve you well and do nothing that is not a part of something greater, something good, something of life. Feed them both and there will be no more internal struggle for your attention. And when there is no battle inside, you can listen to the voices of deeper knowing that will guide you in choosing what is right in every circumstance. Peace, my son, is the Cherokee mission in life. A man or a woman who has peace inside has everything. A man or a woman who is pulled apart by the war inside him or her has nothing. How you choose to interact with the opposing forces within you will determine your life. Starve one or the other or guide them both.
Story of Thomas Edison. Letter from school teacher to his mother. One day Thomas Edison came home and gave a paper to his mother. He told her, "My teacher gave this paper to me and told me to only give it to my mother." His mother's eyes were tearful as she read the letter out loud to her child. "Your son is a genius. This school is too small for him and doesn't have enough good teachers for training him. Please teach him yourself." After many, many years, after Edison's mother died and he was now one of the greatest inventors of the century, one day he was looking through old family things. Suddenly he saw a folded paper in the corner of a drawer in a desk. He took it and opened it up. On the paper was written, "Your son is adult, mentally ill. We won't let him come to school anymore." Edison cried for hours and then he wrote in his diary, "Thomas Alva Edison was an adult child that, by a hero mother, became the genius of the century." There once was a poor old man, who owned a beautiful white horse. Whenever noblemen passed through the village, they always noticed the horse and offered handsome sums of money for the stallion. But the old man always declined their offers, saying, "This horse is my friend. How can I sell my friend? One morning the old man awoke to find the horse was gone. The village people gathered and said, "Old man, you were a fool not to sell the horse. You could have been wealthy. Now it has been stolen, and you have nothing. It is a great misfortune." But the old man replied, "Don't go so far as to say that. Whether the horse was stolen or not, or whether it is a misfortune or a blessing, is unknown. All we know is that the horse is not in the stable." Some days later the horse returned, bringing with it several beautiful wild mares. Again the village people gathered, and they said, "Old man, you were right. The horse was not stolen, and it was not a misfortune. It was a blessing, and now you have many fine horses." But the old man replied, "Again you go too far. Don't say it's a good thing, don't say it's a bad thing. Just say the horse is back. Whether it is a blessing or misfortune is unknown." Some days later the old man's only son began to train the wild mares. But he was thrown and trampled, and one of his legs was badly broken. Again the village people gathered. "Oh, old man, you were right. It was not a blessing but a great misfortune, and now your only son is lame." With a sigh the old man replied, "Don't say it's a good thing. Don't say it's a bad thing. Just say my son has broken his leg. Whether it is a blessing or misfortune is unknown." It happened that a few weeks later the country went to war. And all the able-bodied young men were forcibly taken for the military. Only the old man's son was passed over, because he was crippled. The whole village was crying and weeping, for they believed their sons would probably be killed, and never come home to them. In their grief they came to the old man and said, "You were right, old man, your son's injury has proven to be a blessing. Your son may be crippled, but he is with you, while our sons are gone forever." The old man simply shook his head and said, "Will you never learn? Only say that your sons have been forced into the military and my son has not. More than that is not known." Thanks for watching this video. If you like, don't forget to like and subscribe to The Happier Life.